I want to share an example of preventing a tantrum and why emotional regulation is like the secret sauce when you have a little toddler. My littlest is about 1.5 years, 16 months, not talking really, not saying that much. And I do this with him. I've already started. Just this morning, I saw it work in action and I was like, yes. This is why I teach this. This is why I'm always telling parents, like, tantrums can be preventive when you start learning the skills that your little ones need to prevent them. Not all the time. Our kids are not robots, but like a lot of times. So we were playing downstairs in the basement. There's a ton of toys down there. There's like a toy storage closet, and there was a box of cars in the closet that he wanted. And I was sitting around the corner because he was doing his own thing, and I heard him start to cry. Like, he started to get frustrated. He was standing there reaching up for it, and he was going like, like he really wanted the box of toys. This is a moment where, from past experience, from talking to other moms, I know could have very easily turned into a full-blown tantrum because he couldn't have what he wanted. He was asking for something he didn't know how to get. He was frustrated, whatever. But he came over and I took a second and I didn't even ask him what he wanted first. The first thing I did was went, and I modeled a deep breath myself. And he kind of looked over at me. And he took a deep breath and he did his sign language for help, and he pointed to the box of cars. He was able to calm himself down, regulate his frustration, and so clearly tell me what he needed, and I got the box down. He went on about playing, right? Because we have practiced time and time again, even with him at only 1.5 years old, how to take a deep breath before we ask for something, how to pause before we get frustrated, how to take that moment, right, to regulate his emotions before it turns into a full-blown meltdown. Now, does this work every single time? No. Sometimes I don't know what he wants, or he's frustrated, or he's already upset, and I could have handed him the cars and he still would have melted on the floor in a meltdown. But I can tell you that doing this sort of work, that moment of just taking a deep breath, getting him to kind of regulate and then ask for what he needed, even without speaking words, has easily, fully prevented and minimized our tantrums by at least half, right? And I know this continues to work the older our kids get, because my oldest is 5, my middle is 3, and I can see it more and more effective as they get older. If you want to have less tantrums in your house, instead of doing timeout, instead of ignoring the tantrums because they're trying to get attention, instead of any of these other things that kind of shove your child over and tell them tantrums are bad, don't behave that way, you're not being good, you're not going to get what you want with that behavior, teach them the skills they actually need to communicate with you in a more effective way, in a calm way, in a grounded way. And that's emotional regulation, first and foremost. It's exactly what I teach in my toddler tantrums guide. So if you want to know exactly what that looks like, how to handle the tantrums, how to handle any toddler tricky behaviors by teaching emotional regulation and skills that they need so that those moments don't happen, go grab the guide.